Hi, I hope you can all hear me okay. I'm going to just check this. Okay, it says my connection is weak, but I'm hoping that it's okay. So I'll just give it a couple of minutes there and we'll get going. So I've decided to do this week's group call this way on live streaming because we've had a nightmare with the call service, haven't we? And the last few weeks it just has kept throwing me off and throwing other people off as well, and disconnecting us halfway through the call. So last week I ended up with a call that was recorded in two sections, and it was just a bit of a mess. It was all kind of disjointed and stuff. So so I've decided to do this way. I've also decided to share this video to my Powerhouse Collective group, just as a little example of the kind of training and things that we do in the ministry, because I think there's a few people there that sort of weren't really sure what it was that the ministry of Online Awesome was all about. And I know that it kind of gets a bit confusing about what you're getting for your money. So I just thought I'd share this to them as well. So it'll pop up in that group. If you're a member of both, then you'll get to see it twice. Lucky you. I'm drinking Barocca because I'm feeling a bit coldy today. So just excuse me. So this course training is about using community to build your business, and also, you know, to build yourself as well, and to benefit yourself, do some of that personal development stuff. I can't think without a pen in my hand, so I'm just going to grab a pen because I can't concentrate really well. So if I don't have a pen in my hand, it's one of my little mindset tricks, I think. Okay, so community, and this has come up for myself recently in the last few months, and I know that it's come up for some of my clients as well, because we've spoken about it in our mentoring coaching sessions. So I thought it was a really important thing to look at, because it is so valid in building businesses. But my experience is that it's really beneficial for yourself if you take the time to look at your community and what it can do for you on a personal level as well. And it's that relationship building stuff that then can translate, you know, from your personal life into your business life. And it's like I always say, that the line becomes quite blurred when we're working on our own, in our own business, between our personal lives and our business life, because that's just kind of the way it is nowadays. I don't know if that light's any good, but anyway, we'll just have to deal with it. Excuse me. Before anyone tells me to, I am well aware of the sodium levels of those Barocca tablets, but I also know that when I'm starting to get a bit of a cold, then they work for me. So the first time that I was realizing that I was lacking community and that sense of belonging to someone or a group was when I was living in the UK, and I'd been over there for about 6 years, and I was actually expecting my son. And the question was, were we going to, my husband at the time and I, were we going to move back to Australia, or were we going to have him in the UK and raise him in the UK? And either option was kind of doable, but each, you know, gave us some challenges, I guess. And so the question was, you know, what are we going to do? Where are we going to raise him? So there was a number of pros and cons, and during my time in the UK, I actually lost my father. He died while I was living over there, although I was home at the time that he passed. So that was kind of a pivotal point in my life. You know, suddenly one of my own wasn't there anymore, and it kind of made me realize their mortality, you know, my people's mortality, and also my own. and also, you know, made me look at that kind of sense of family and what that meant for me. So obviously being around family or missing family at the time was a big factor for me, but there was also other things, you know, about lifestyle and stuff like that, but ultimately what it came down to for me was missing that kind of sense of security that you get from being part of a community. And for me, it meant having my family around me, you know, closer to me. And I didn't need to have them kind of in the same town necessarily, but it's certainly better than a 24-hour flight away was what I was aiming for. And the reason for that was obviously for my own benefit, to have some support around me, but also so that my son would grow up with that sense of belonging to someone, to a group, you know, that wasn't kind of school friends or whatever. For me, that was something that I really valued growing up, and I wanted to be able to give that to him as well. So there was loads of cons involved in moving over here. I gave up a really great career. I was earning loads of money and climbing this corporate ladder, and so, you know, there was that, and there was a sense of coming back where you would be entering the workforce, you know, after a break, after having a baby, and what that was going to look like. And the industry that I worked in wasn't really something that I was going to be able to easily enter again when I came to Australia. So, you know, there was lots of decisions, but ultimately for me, having that community around me at that time was such a priority that that was the move that we made. And as it turned out, I did end up living back locally to my family, and, you know, my son plays football with his cousins and, you know, sees his family every week, which is really giving him a sense of being raised by the village, you know, so I really love that. But back to business, and fast forward 10 years to now, because that's how long ago that was. And so I've been running this business as it looks now for just under a year. Had some other things going on before that, and so mostly it's been online. So my community has been online. The people that I work with, the people that I follow, my clients have mostly been gained from my online presence, and they've been all over the world. You know, my people that I've collaborated with, people I've collaborated with, I've found online. The trainings that I've done have all been pretty much online. A few mastermind things that have been face-to-face, but mostly online. And my clients are all over the world. So the mentoring stuff that I do and the training packages that I put out and the free offers have been taken up, you know, all over the world. And that's kind of just the way that it was, as far as I thought. You know, I didn't really give a lot of thought to the fact that there wasn't much going on locally for me, because, you know, it was all being run from here, from my back room, and as long as I had Wi-Fi, I was good to go, you know, and I didn't really crave that kind of face-to-face stuff or working with people local to me, until I sort of started to think about it, and I did some face-to-face mastermind stuff, and I decided that I wanted to connect with women face-to-face. And then I kind of thought about it, and I thought, do you know what, I don't know a lot of local business women. I don't know, you know, I know some friends that run businesses locally, but there's many, many more out there, and I really should be connecting with them and finding out what they're up to, and, you know, what's going on for them, and work with them or collaborate, or, you know, there's got to be some stuff going on local to me. So I started to kind of reach out a little bit. And one of the things that I really wanted to do was to start this year going to some of the local networking events that they have. You know, there's many women's groups local to me where they run, you know, talks and lunches and this and that. And I decided that it was kind of important for me to have that face-to-face connection a little bit more. So I started to go to some of those, excuse me. And something that I've noticed, something that I've learned is that, it's the evidence has been in the results, I guess. I've put myself out there locally. I've let people know. I've done some advertising, some Facebook advertising locally. I ran a workshop a few weeks ago locally, and that got some, really great results, and we had an absolute ball. And there was some people there that I'd known for a really long time, and it was fantastic to connect with them in a completely different way, something that I've never worked with them in a business sense, but they've kind of always been around because, this is the area that I grew up. And it occurred to me that what I teach people online is about building relationships online. And then building that trust and letting people know who you are, letting people know what you can do for them. And when the trust comes, then the sale comes, And it occurred to me that I kind of haven't really done that face-to-face. And that was a big lesson for me because, to be honest, since I've started actually consciously putting myself out in a local sense or in a face-to-face sense, even, in the city that's close to me, the growth in my business in terms of actual sales in those few months has been greater than the previous months combined. And I've had more fun, and I'm getting to know some kick-ass women, and they're jumping on board in my community that's online as a result of the work that I do and, the conversations that I have offline. So I guess, that's my lesson for the moment anyway. And in fact, it's kind of been really lovely because I've seen some of these people join my online community, and then some of them have come along to the workshop, and actually I'm running a VIP day in a few weeks, and 2 of the people that were at the workshop are now deciding that they want to work with me on a deeper level and are coming along to the VIP day. So that's kind of really lovely for me to watch that process and watch them kind of jump on board with my crew and get some benefit from what I'm doing. And the other thing that I've noticed too is that people are sharing my stuff locally with the other local women that they know who run businesses. And so it's kind of that old-fashioned sense of the word of mouth where, hey, I've seen this chick online, she does this, this and this, I think you would get something out of it. And so they share my stuff, or they tell each other about it. And I've started to, it's happened a while ago to me, it started to happen, but it's kind of increased. I've noticed in the last few months this thing has ramped up where I'll be out and about or at a networking function or whatever, even at my son's school last week. And people will recognise me from this kind of thing, and they'll come up to me and say, hey, you're Min, I know who you are. And it's kind of like, it blows me away because, I've never had any sense of fame or any real need for that. But the fact it's kind of gives me, a real boost that somebody has bothered to watch what I do, and they come and see me and say, hey, I know what you're doing. And so I'm getting that sense of reaching out to people and them building relationships with me. So that's kind of cool as well. So I guess the lesson that I've really learnt about community and the fact that it's really, really okay to take your community both online and offline and grow your people and grow your followers in both senses, and kind of keep a view to both, talk about your businesses when you're at the school gate, and do Facebook advertising and get your opt-ins out there, build your email lists, and, you know, get connecting with people online and sending friend requests and private messages to people. Hey, you know, what are you doing? You know, blah, blah, blah. Just kind of reaching out and saying, hey, you know, I'm here. It'd be really great to connect, and the benefits are there. And it's really important, I think, and this is something that I'll put my hand up to not really realizing the benefits of it before, is that, you know, there's kick-ass women and there's kick-ass clients, and your customers that are going to buy from you are both online and offline. So whatever you're doing the most of, keep doing that, but also give a view to the other side of it, and make sure that you're connecting with people wherever and whenever they are, so that you can build those relationships and then, you know, build the trust and eventually make the sale. So as I said when I started this video is going to my Ministry of Online Awesome Girls, and I'm going to save it and copy it over to my Powerhouse Collective girls who are in my community group on Facebook. And I just kind of wanted them to have a little idea of the kinds of training and, you know, some mindset stuff and some different strategies to grow your business, the work that I do with my ministry girls. So if you're interested, what the Ministry of Online Awesome is it's a membership website where there's a heap of resources. So there's training modules, and there's videos, and there's ebooks, and there's all of the call recordings that I've done previously over the months with my ministry girls. They're all on the website, so that's, you know, you can access it whenever you like and work your way through all of those resources. And the other thing is that you get a private Facebook group where I jump into it each day. I'm there to answer any questions. So it's kind of like having a mentor in your pocket whenever you want to throw questions at me or at the others in the group, because it's sort of quite a vibrant little community of women, and we help each other out. So, you know, there's always somebody with ideas sitting there, so that's fantastic. And then you get a weekly training like this one, where you can jump in and ask questions, or, you know, watch the recording or listen to it if I do it as a call, and these get recorded and put on the website as well. So if that's something that you would be interested in, that kind of group mentoring package and all the resources on the website as well, then comment in the comments below on this post, and I'll get a link out to you, or I'll hook up with you and let you know how to get on board with the Ministry of Online Awesome, because it is awesome. Okay, all right, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm going to go off and finish my day, possibly with a wine, because, you know, it's almost, well, it's 4 o'clock, right? It's 10 to 4. I can surely have a wine now. Okay, nice to see you. Thanks, bye.